long have you been painting?
Probably like, I'd have to say recently, like painting actually, like wanting to progress and keep painting. I've been painting for like probably five years, maybe at the most. But I'd always fucked around when I was like a little kid, like in like high school, middle school and high school and shit down in my hometown, but nothing too serious. And then I came up here and noticed a whole bunch of writers, and kind of inspired me to like pick it back up.
Where are you from originally?
Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
What's the scene like here in Asheville?
As far as like I'm concerned, like the people that I do it with and I've met, it took me about like, I lived here for like 4 years, kind of just practicing my own shit and like not really dealing with anybody, mostly because I never knew anybody or ran into anybody. But I just practiced on my own buildings that I had set up. They weren't really my own, they'd been hit up before, but kind of adopted them and practiced my shit until I started to like paint out a little bit. And then finally I ran into some fellows, Sicker and Geyser, and they kind of hooked it up for me and showed me some trains, and that's kind of the new beginning right now, is the train circuit. Very inspiring.
How does it feel, kind of switching over from doing mostly streetscape stuff and architectural to going to freight?
The street shit is really fun, and it's kind of really, you got a lot of nice surfaces, clean surfaces to paint on, and but it's so hot, and there's a lot to risk, especially when there's people actively looking for you. It's like,
do you feel like trains could probably build somebody's rep more?
yeah, I think they can, and I think that's what they do. It's like, I think that's, most people who write trains are kind of going for that. People pay attention, all the graffiti writers pay attention to what's going on around them, and like, whether it's internet or just like, people pay way more attention than you think, and like, read all your tags and read everything, you know, like, so for me it's like, I like a challenge, I guess, and
so it kind of just feels like a logical progression in your art.
yeah, not just in my art, man. I think it's more like the people that I've met, like, it's more fun, you know, it's just like going to hang out and chilling and painting, like, as opposed to just like running around, like, hiding behind trash cans and like, like having somebody like looking out for you and shit. It's like,
It's
wholesome.
a little bit more chill.
Yeah, it's like wholesome. It's like oatmeal or something.
How
It's all there,
serious
you know?
is graffiti to you?
It's like serious enough to the point where like it's I've got a lot of other shit that I do too creatively, and it's pretty much coming up there like as one of the top priorities in some weird way. It's kind of like an addiction a little bit.
Has graffiti had a positive effect on either your life personally or your art medium, your other art mediums?
It's played a positive role in like my quality of life, because like I have a lot of fun doing it and it makes me happy, so it's like, yeah, also like spend a lot of money on it. And I guess not really, like I'm self-employed too, so like I don't really have a strict schedule as far as like my work week goes, so right now it's been alright, but I can see how it could take some turns. Like my relationship, like all my relationships I've had, I've been a little bit stressed by it, because they're always like wanting you to hang out with them like late at night when you want to go do your shit.
Do you think you'll ever stop painting?
Yeah, I'll probably stop painting eventually at some point. Man, I have no clue what could happen, you know, like I have no idea what could happen. Something could happen and I'll have to stop painting or start to be like born again Christian or some shit, like like almost get hit by a car or something, and like
Do you use a respirator?
not very often.
Do you think you should?
Yes, I always say that I should.
But then you don't.
I always wear a respirator. Even when I'm like streaking and shit.
In case there's any 12-year-olds out there watching this.
Yeah, I always wear a respirator.
You run a crew?
One crew and this mom's crew.
And what's up with them?
They're fucking retards, man.
How's
Nah,
the
they're
work
like they're actually some of the coolest people I've met since I've lived here, and I've been here for like 6 years, and they're real radical dudes.
They're repping the local?
Yeah, and they're chilling over here, fucking running around, jumping on trains right now, like as this interview's going on. Like, I didn't really realize what moms, like when they're like, who all's in moms, or like mom's crew, when I was just noticing that shit. I didn't realize how big it was. I'm just repping it.
What do you think about other types of graffiti?
I'd say they have their own place, and it's not necessarily, it's just not graffiti. It's not the graffiti that I'm that interested in. I did do some of that shit. I did stencils a lot and like made really cool stencils, but I never wanted to put them out on the street very much. They just have their own place, and it's totally different than like bombing or just like piecing trains or whatever, like anything, like streaking, whatever. It's different.
What about monikers?
Monikers is also its own little world. Got a lot more history to a lot more history than train graffiti. I don't know, man. I've kind of like I kind of fantasized about it the other day. I was just sitting there like, man, that'd be cool just to go into yards and just like all you do is just streak, like that's it. Like be old or something and just like streak shit. Like it would be pretty cool. But like right now, I just like to paint.
What do you think about legal walls and commission pieces?
If you get paid, they're the shit. If they give you some money to do it, it's the shit.
Well, what about strictly just legal walls and community walls and stuff?
Community walls. I mean, they're good in situations. I mean, it'd be great if they were everywhere, but it kind of, at this point, when you can get paid to like do a storefront or something like that, or whatever people want, then and they want to use your skills, like it's cool.
Have you had any? Have you been injured while you've been painting at all?
There was one time where I fell through a roof when I was not actually painting. I was gonna go scope it out, and we did have some paint with us, but I definitely didn't go painting it. And
what happened?
I was up on this roof, and I had a friend with me, and we were climbing up on this roof to go check out this rooftop, and had a little bit to drink. I wasn't real fucked up, and then we climbed up, and I went up first and climbed across the first roof, and like hit this rotted spot, and it instantly just like fell away. And it was a real fucked up roof. Like if I had been aware of what was going on, I would have like never even stepped foot on that. But like I fell through instantly and like caught myself like with my arms up, like caught myself on the edges of where I fell through, and like hung there and shit. And my friend came up and was like fucking army crawling across the roof like over to me, and like tried to grab onto my arms, and like we were trying to pull me up, like he couldn't pull me up, and I was just hanging down from his arms, and like what's that movie, Cliffhanger? You know that part in Cliffhanger?
Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, where they're like hanging up, and then they let go, like, you know, fingers letting go and shit, and that's what happened. But like, and it was real cliche because I like you know, like had like my life flash before my eyes and shit. Like I thought about all the people that were really important, and like, and people that were good, and like I didn't want to say goodbye to and shit. It was pretty cliche, like. And then I landed on a fucking metal beam that was like 15 feet below, maybe not quite 15 feet below, that was hanging halfway in between the building. It was like a trough thing, and I fell right on it and like landed kind of wedged in it. And then my friends helped me get down from there with a ladder that was in the building. They kicked the door down and helped me out, and it was pretty funny actually. Like the immediate reaction was real funny, but it haunted me for like probably 2 months afterwards. Like everything I did, I had like these little flashes of like.
What do you say to the detractors of graffiti?
I just think that like a majority of like the whole like nation is just kind of just generally like dull to any kind of like sense of creativity. Like, I mean, not everybody is a creative person. I can see where people hate it, like I can easily see that too, but like we're never all going to be on the same playing field, like with people liking what we do and shit. So it's like it's always going to be a game of like somebody hating what you do and somebody loving what you do. It's just like,
You got any shout outs?
yes, I got a couple shots. Let me
You
think
want-
for a second. Alright, Geyser, Tomb, Sicker, let's see who else, Jerks, Colon, Show You, my friend Spectacular from The Dash. He's a good friend of mine. Jesus. Sage One. I'm leaving out a bunch of people. I've met a bunch of people recently, man, and sorry if I can't remember, but Mom's Crew, anybody there, and that's about it.